Third phase of moon. Third phase.
It's kind of difficult once you release the technology to be analyzed and give it to everyone. They can just run with it. You really can't keep the weapon potential hidden. You really can't. Look, with ET technology, you can literally rule the world.
Welcome back to Third Phase Moon. Blake Cousins here with some breaking news in regards to the off-world vehicles recovered. This is what the Pentagon is stating, and we've been following up on it. And we thought it'd be a good idea to get in touch with the man himself who was the original whistleblower in regards to an off-world vehicle recovered during an archaeological dig. We're going to be speaking with Jim Goodall, who just spoke with Bob Lazar just moments ago. We're going to share that conversation with you, and we're also going to have our special correspondents today chiming in on what they think of Lazar's latest statements and what he knew, and was he right all along. Goof on Radio, Richard Giordano is going to join us, along with Paula Asteria, who's going to chime in, as well as the connection between Bob Lazar's statements and what's breaking today. And we're also going to get to Jim Goodall and his statements in regards to his recent conversation just moments ago with Bob Lazar. Let's just get some insight from Jim right now. Jim, how you doing? What's going on?
With the events of this last Thursday on Fox News, I felt I had to call a longtime friend of mine who I've known since before he went to work out in the desert, and that's Bob Lazar. So I called him up, talked to his wife first, because she's sort of his gatekeeper. And I asked Bob, I said, hey, what do you think? You finally been authenticated. And he said, nah, I'm gonna give it a couple days. He said when I first heard it, he said he was really, really excited. And then he sat down and thought for a second, and he said, I can't imagine them releasing anything significant. This may be a smokescreen, but in a couple days, get back to me, and I'll, if it's still in the news and if it still hasn't disappeared, I would more than happy to give my opinion. But right now, he said, I'm holding back. But I did talk to Bob. Doc Skinner was in on the conversation, and he had a big smile on his face. For those who don't know, I knew Bob before he went to work out in the desert. And I met him with John Lear. I met him at John Lear's house. And I had just photographed the F-117, and I was the first person to do it. And all the photomats were closed by the time we got back to Vegas. And Lear said, hey, I got a friend coming over. He just moved here from Albuquerque. Seems like a cool guy. I think you'll like him. And in the front door came Bob Lazar, nice guy. And I told him about my dilemma, that I had shots of the F-117. And he said, hey, I got a film processing unit at home on the other side of town. Let's go process it. So he jumped in his car. We're about 5 minutes out of John Lear's house. And Bob looks at me and he said, I feel sorry for Lear. I said, why is that? I said, well, he's from this incredibly famous, aviation family, Learjet. His dad brought that to the world. And said that, and the son of a bitch believes in UFOs. I mean, he said, how stupid is that? And this is before he went to work out in the desert. And he also said, you couldn't put a gun to my head to convince me that UFOs were real. He said, I'm a nuclear physicist. If I can't put my hands on it or prove it mathematically, it doesn't exist.
It was like a Twilight Zone episode. It just kept getting stranger. The fact that that was happening at all was the weirdest part. Look, it's been 30 years, and all of a sudden you raised it to this level. This is a powerful technology, fearsome technology, and you just don't want everyone to have it.
This is amazing after what just came out by the New York Times and what Tucker Carlson said about having or acquired recently off-world vehicles. So the conversation switched to, so Bob Lazar might have been telling us the truth all along. But Bob did say what he thinks he was working on was from archaeological sites. Like they found them in an archaeological dig site. I don't know how much that has, I don't know if there's any proof of that anywhere, but if Bob's saying it and mainstream media is putting out there that we recently acquired, it doesn't really match up with what Bob Lazar said, because if we recently acquired off-world vehicles, that's recent. I'm thinking within the last 10 years. Isn't that what Tucker said? That was the quote.
But apparently, just recovered are off-world vehicles not made on this Earth. That's a direct quote. We're not exactly sure what they mean by that.
But what does this mean? Recently recovered off-world vehicles. You know what it means. Off-world.
Well, I am telling the truth. I've tried to prove that. What's going on up there could be the most important event in history. You're talking about contact, physical contact and proof from another system, another planet, another intelligence.
This story with Bob Lazar has become so popular all of a sudden again because in 2018, 2 years ago, his documentary was released on Netflix. So this caused a lot of people in the younger community to start to hear about a story that had never heard about it before. And of course it caused the storm on Area 51. And what is so cool about this to me is that, you know, it kind of ended up being a conspiracy party and it was kind of a joke. But really, it's amazing that this happened because it shows that people are demanding answers and they want them. And as an American, and through the Freedom of Information Act, we should have the answers, especially if our tax-paying dollars are going into these different programs.
This story is extraordinary, especially if it's true. And it all started in the desert, just north of Las Vegas.
A local scientist who's worked at Groom Lake
said to be where top-secret weapons systems have been tested over the years.
He has asked that his identity be shielded.
Exactly what's going on up there?
What's going on up there could be the most important event in history.
Not from Earth. Off-world. Out there. Aliens. To me, that's what it is. Now, there's no proof of that, but when you're talking about off-world, it's not on the world. It's definitely off-world. I mean, it sounds like anything is possible nowadays with ufology, with UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want to call them. It's almost as if we may be they could show us an alien vehicle in the next 2 weeks. It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
His real name is Robert Lazar. He says he was hired to work at an area called S4, which is a few miles south of Groom Lake. At S4, he says, are flying saucers, antimatter reactors, and other working examples of technology that is seemingly beyond human capabilities.
I did not believe that this should be a security matter. Some of it, sure. But just the concept that there's definite proof. We even have articles from another world, another system. You just can't not tell everyone.
You know, people ask me, said, you know, why am I such a firm believer in UFOs? And it comes down to a couple things. First of all, it's a conversation I had with Ben Rich, who at the time was the retired president of the Lockheed Skunk Works. I mean, he was Kelly Johnson's right-hand man and probably the only person who could really fill his shoes. And just before he passed away in December of, I think it was 96, I called him up. He was at USC Medical Center. Now, Ben and I talk once a quarter for 25 years, so he always accepted my calls, and vice versa. And we were talking about all sorts of things that go bump in the night. And I asked him about UFOs, and he said, Jim, we have things out in the desert, and he wasn't referring to Area 51, but we have things out in the desert that's 50 years beyond what you can comprehend. Not what you think you can make in 50 years, but what you can comprehend. And he said, if you've seen movies like Star Trek or Star Wars, we've been there, done that, or decided it wasn't worth the effort. I said, Ben, you want to expand upon that? And in typical Ben Rich fashion, he said, nope. And he passed away 10 days later.
These technologies could very well be free energy technologies that could completely change the way we are doing things. And if climate change is such an issue, why aren't we looking into these? I think, and that's exactly what Bob Lazar is saying with his story, is that he wants to disclose these suppressed technologies because apparently they would very much change the world in a much better way. And I think that's what is most important here and what we really need to be looking at here. So I'm excited that Tucker Carlson came out with his latest breaking news. And I do think that the world is ready for this information. Maybe not as much 60 years ago because of religious programming and, you know, everything was just so new 60 years ago. But I think people now are changing the way they think about things and looking at things much differently. I think the media is kind of opening people's minds to the ideas of spacefaring civilizations. And I think at this point in time, we're much more ready to start being disclosed this information. So I do think that this very likely is the craft that Bob Lazar worked on.
And what would be the implications if another announcement like that happens? Like the one Tucker Carlson made? How would the world react? How would you react? I know how I would react. Same way I did when Tucker said it the first time. Shocked, bewildered, excited, confused, mad. All emotions erupted at one time here and that, but as the dust is settling, I don't know what to believe. But I'm going to tell you this. I believe we have been visited or they've always been here. What does that even mean? Either they've been here or they're visiting. It's probably both. Look, I misspoke. It's a very interesting time we're living in. We should be careful how we word ourselves, including myself. So we'll be doing everything we can to bring you the truth. And I'm going to do my best too, because we don't want to mess this up. This is history in the making. I think so anyway.
The other thing, you know, in addition to Ben Rich telling me that if you see movies like Star Trek or Star Wars, we've been there, done that, I interviewed an SR-71 pilot. He was flying at about 78,000 feet. He's in the far western Pacific. He's flying out of Kadena. It was about 11 o'clock at night. He's flying straight and level, Mach 2.7, which is about 1,800 miles an hour. And at 78,000 feet, three-quarter moon off to his port side. And all of a sudden, he gets a glint off another craft going in the same direction, but 6,000 or 7,000 feet above him, and maybe 5 miles off to his starboard side. So he contacted Kadena, Okinawa, that's where the SR-71s were based out of, and called the command post to see if there was another bird up there. He called them up in secure voice. They said, no, you're up there by yourself. So he, all of a sudden, his backseater got on the intercom and said, hey, we have company. And he said, yeah, I'm going to go take a closer look. So he advanced the throttles and started climbing. He did about a 10-degree bank. And when he was about still 1,000 or so feet below the object and still a mile or two away, this thing took off at about a 30-degree angle of attack, which is like so, and left him in the dust. He said he lost sight of it between 180 and 200,000 feet. Now that was about 1972. Fast forward to 1980, he's retired from the Air Force. He has his top secret clearance. He applies for a job and gets the job as facility manager at Area 51. So after he was there about a year, he knew most everybody anyway, but after he was there about a year, he started asking everybody, do we have anything that goes Mach 12? And everybody he talked to, and he was friends with them, he drank with them, and he said, nope. It wasn't flown here. It wasn't tested here. So what you're dealing with, I don't know. So I asked, and that's the question he answered when I asked him if he believed in UFOs.
Well, I am telling the truth. I've tried to prove that. What's going on up there could be the most important event in history. You're talking about contact, physical contact and proof from another system, another planet, another intelligence. That's got to be the biggest event in history, period.
And it's real.
And it's real and it's there.
Incredible revelations coming into Third Phase of Moon. We'll see if Jim Goodall gets more information from Bob Lazar. Apparently in a couple days, he's going to come out with more statements, more background, and right here at Third Phase of Moon, we're going to bring them to you as it comes in. We want to thank all our correspondents who helped in this episode and everybody from around the world who's joining us right now in this live premiere with this breaking news coming in. Give us a big thumbs up if you appreciated the Bob Lazar update. Incredible UFO sighting coming out of Los Angeles, and then we're going to go to the red planet. There's something brewing underneath there. What the heck is going on? A phenomenon has sparked up again. Why now? Is there some kind of terraforming project going on? We've got a special report coming in from Goof on Radio. Richard Giordano and Doc Skinner's going to help us out on the mystery of the red planet and what's been happening over the past 48 hours. But let's get to this. The Los Angeles sighting. A fleet of UFOs captured by John Graf. Check it out.
I don't know what's going on here. It's about almost 9 o'clock at night on July 29th. Take a look, guys. There is some wild looking crap in the skies. Holy piss. Hold on. I'm gonna put my hat on backwards. I don't know what's going on. I hope these are in focus. Look at this. What the hell's going on here? Oh, please be picking this up. This is nuts. Look at that. God, I wish my neighbor was here right now. He comes out and watches for UFOs, but holy crap. Oh, he's not here. What the hell? Okay. Okay, this is creepy, guys. I don't know what's going on here. It's about almost 9 o'clock at night on July 29th. Take a look, guys. There is some wild looking crap in the skies. Holy piss. Hold on. I'm gonna put my hat on backwards. I don't know what's going on. I hope these are in focus. Look at this. What the hell's going on here? Oh, please be picking this up. This is nuts. Look at that. God, I wish my neighbor was here right now. He comes out and watches for UFOs, but holy crap. Oh, he's not here. I don't know what's going on here. It's about almost 9 o'clock at night on July 29th. Take a look, guys. There is some wild looking crap in the skies. Holy piss. Hold on. I'm gonna put my hat on backwards. I don't know what's going on. I hope these are in focus. Look at this. What the hell's going on here? Oh, please be picking this up. This is nuts. Look at that. God, I wish my neighbor was here right now. He comes out and watches for UFOs, but holy crap. Oh, he's not here. I'd zoom in, but being late at night like this, I don't know. It's probably going to blur it. Maybe not. I don't know. Take a look, but this is very odd. This is not Chinese lanterns flying over and all those things. They just showed up in a big wad here. Okay, this is a first for me. This is a fleet of something. Just to show you that there's a neighborhood down here and everything. Where do they go? Oh, God. Oh, they're over here now. Hope you can still see them. It's starting to get dim. I want to call him, but I'm filming this crap. Wow, what the hell?
Guys, what do you think? What do you think John Graf captured over Long Beach, California just a few days ago? I want to get your thoughts because John Graf has stated to me, I spoke with him on the phone earlier today, and he says these weren't drones, these were not Chinese lanterns, there was something else. And he states that he's a UFO summoner, and he was trained by a man named Robert Bingham in Los Angeles. And through Robert Bingham's techniques, that's how John Graf was able to summon these UFOs. That's what's going on here, Brent? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a great sighting. We've met John approximately 2 years ago. Actually, we're at an event, and John's a great photographer. He's got the big lens. He's capturing UFOs all the time. You should check out his channel. He's got an amazing array of UFO captures, but John absolutely kills it with this UFO video. It's absolutely stunning. Could they be drones? Definitely, but looking at these lights, you could tell that these objects or orbs are doing their own flight characteristics, which leads to me that they're not connected. What we're looking at is a fleet of something, and what they are is a big question.
And again, we're getting some close-ups on this. We're enhancing it, and John Graf did some great enhancement on this as well. And we got to roll out birds. So whatever this is, I'm hoping somebody else in Long Beach, California captured this. And if you have, send it to us right here at Third Phase Moon. We want to look at it. Important news. But let's go to the Red Planet. More updates coming in via Rich Giordano and Doc Skinner. Take it away, Doc. What's happening on the Red Planet?
Well, I have to say it's a pretty impressive video that was taken by the Mars Express, which belongs to the European Space Agency, the ESA. And its purpose is to do large elliptical orbits around Mars, scanning areas for the new rover that they, to find a landing area for their new rover that they're sending. So this camera will catch this in the morning hours, which is the best time to see these images. Now, when I first saw it, I'm thinking crash. Wow, something big exploded or something. Maybe a nuke, I don't know. But with further research, I came to find that the ESA is aware of this. This is a recurring phenomenon every season, this season in its orbit around the sun. And it is water particles, believe it or not, that create this cloud. Now, they say that it disappears within a few hours. But there's something that caught my eye that I would like to point out. I think it's either the third or the fourth image, you see a well-defined line between night and day right across the middle of Mars. Now, the line is not perfect. It's jagged, it's got bumps and stuff. Now, that you can guesstimate that's most likely mountain ranges, creating a little bit of a shadow. But what really caught my eye was that in one of these images, the third or fourth, I gotta pause it here, make sure I got it. It is an image that shows that line that's wiggly, but it's got a well-defined definition of the line, right? Of night and day. But there it is, I froze it. But if we look closely, we will see this mistiness above the sky, or the sun line, right? I'm looking at it thinking that's a very thin atmosphere. Those could be clouds. And you only see it for a brief moment where the sun is just at the right angle to catch it, as if though there were clouds at a very high altitude lighting them up, kind of like our sunsets and sunrises. That is what's got me most compelling, or got me most compelled on this video. Is, did we just discover possible atmosphere? I don't know. Let us know. Tell me what you think. Tell us what you think here at Third Phase of Moon, and help explain this.
Now let's get to Rich Giordano. What's your thoughts on this bizarre phenomenon that just happened again on the Red Planet?
Okay, so this is interesting. Something happened on Mars. Great. I love Mars. It could be our second home in the future. Who knows? Activity, it looks like, to me, there's clouds on Mars. In the first frame you see here, you see what looks like, I don't know, like some sort of strip or a line of clouds or something. It kind of looks like that, grayish white. Then when you get further on in this video, you will see what looks like clouds or a plume of smoke coming out of what I believe is a volcano, because to the right you can see other volcanoes. I would have to say that this is a very tall volcano. When Mars has some atmosphere, I don't know how much atmosphere it has. I mean, could this be terraforming? Can you imagine if they're building terraformers on Mars, or maybe they were found, like in Total Recall? Maybe they turned them on? I know that's a little bit much, but what if they are terraforming Mars for the last 50, 60, 70 years? Who knows? And maybe we're able to see the atmosphere at higher levels create clouds. Just like lenticular clouds, when they go near a high mountain peak, the clouds swirl around, kind of looks like a disc shape. This is on another level because there's less gravity and different atmospheric conditions, so it's pretty cool though to see clouds on Mars this thick for that long. I don't know, it looks like a couple 100 miles maybe. But I'm, just following the video, going from right to left and seeing the other brown smudges, which are the volcanoes on Mars. I believe that's what this is.
Going to Cambridge, UK. Captured by Paul Bryant TV. Look at this. So you're looking at a video captured by Paul Bryant TV. We have the permission granted to share it with you right now. It was captured in Cambridge, and we're asking you, what the heck is this? Well, right now we're looking at this. We're going to be having the panel on tonight and get their ideas of exactly what the strange anomaly is. Is this some kind of glitch in the sky, or some kind of natural phenomenon, or is there CGI going on? I want to get Brent's opinions first, and we're going to get to the panel, and we got another incredible UFO video coming up with eyewitness testimony. But Brent, what do you make of this one coming in from Paul Bryant TV?
Yeah, I was just looking at this, Blake, and when I first asked permission from Paul Bryant, I was maybe a little hesitant to ask because I thought maybe this could have been CGI, and we don't want to put that up in Third Phase. So looking at this over, I was a little bit more, I was relieved because we're looking at it closely and we don't see no CGI. And again, this was just captured a day ago. So Paul Bryant, hats off to you. And we're going to recognize this as a very unique sighting that I've never seen. Look at the characteristics of what we're looking at. What kind of apparatus is flying through the sky? We get a really good close-up at this. And when we see it up close, what is this? A section of this, the apparatus is amazing.
Yeah, it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look like a flock of birds or any kind of possible swarm of bees or insects. It's very bizarre, and we're going to get the panel to discuss this. We have Richard Giordano, including Doc Skinner. let me tell you, it's very strange, but I'm glad we got some incredible insight from this breaking news coming in from Paul Bryant TV. Rich, let's start it off with you. What do you make of this video?
All right, so I'm gonna watch this video. I haven't watched it yet. Here we go. Oh, come on. Wait a second. Oh, no. I don't know. Hold on. I'm looking again. I paused it. Come on. I don't know. It comes from beyond the tree over the house. There's a thunderstorm. And I understand the guy, from what I understand, he's out, and I've done this. Put your camera out the window during a thunderstorm to capture cool lightning. Well, the lightning must be down the far left-hand corner, so I can understand. Now, let's see, I want to see something here. Well, I don't know what it could be. I got to admit it. It looks like it's spinning. It's very... Well, I don't know if these marks that I'm seeing on the craft are from the window being wet. Let's see something here. Wait a minute. I don't know. It looks like a disc, man. It looks like it's spinning. And then it looks like it's slowing up. Like, wait a minute. No, that must just be the way it looks. It's not slowing down. I'm going to look at it one more time. I want to believe this is real. But he is shooting out his window. I know people are going to say, well, I got to be skeptical. People are going to think that. I understand. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything from this either because I don't have my headset on, but it's very odd. Let me see if I could hear anything. Yes, I'm putting the headset on. I want to see if I could hear anything. No, you don't hear anything. So I want to believe it. I do. But something this good always burnt me, and it's always burned me. Every time I try to believe in something, I'm wrong. And it's very few times. I want to believe this is real. It looks real. If it's a fake, it's a good one. I don't think it is. See, that's going to come back and bite me, but I hope not. Look, UFO sightings are up at a record pace. People are starving for the truth, and when we get them something like this that's really clear, even though it's kind of blurry, see, that's what gets me. It's clear enough, but obviously it's not clear because there's some rain on the window, but I don't see that. I don't understand what I'm looking at. Am I seeing rain on the window? And that's why the ship looks distorted around the outer edge and the center part of it? Or is it a distortion of maybe a bird or a drone or something? I don't know. You know what? I hope it's real. But I really don't know. I don't. I don't know. I just hope it's not fake. If it is, shame on you.
Doc, I asked you not to look at this video. Just to watch it for the first time. Go ahead, do that, and let me get your thoughts.
Thanks, Blake. Normally, we get these videos in advance so we can go over it a few times. But because we just recently got this, we're going to do something different. I'm going to watch this for the first time on camera. So let's check this out and see what it's all about. Here we go. See clouds, an antenna, Oh, oh, oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. That was different. Hold on a minute. I'm going to change the speed on this to slow it down just a little bit. We'll go about half speed. And watch this one more time. I was focused on the antenna, to be honest with you. I don't know why, because it's prominent in the middle, but that's where my focus was. So this came out of literally just, okay, I've got it slowed down now at 50%. Here we go. I've paused it halfway over the roof. What is that? I have never seen... Okay, I'm skeptical. A flight of birds. It kind of looks like that. Like if a bunch of birds are brought together, it doesn't look like a full solid object. But it's moving so fast. Wow, what did you guys send me? This is... Okay, alright, I've gone a couple frames. It's about 3/4 of the way across the roof. How can we explain this? Well, we know there's something there. I don't see this being CGI. Because usually CGI people will drag it out. They want to show their work. This is quick. This is peculiar. This is abnormal. I have never seen anything like this in the sky before or on video. Could it be a cloaking device? We're speculating. Could it be a cloaking device? Or could it be, an energy field around it that's creating a ripple effect to where it doesn't look... you guys got me on this one. You guys got me. I don't know what to say about this, except speculating. But this is a fun one. Oh, that is just... It's how it looks perforated. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Perforated, where it's got holes in it. Or a bunch of dots coming together like a bird's. Yeah. Now, it does. It looks like birds, but birds do not fly that fast. Nah, it's not birds. That is the weirdest thing you guys have sent me yet. Wow. So I don't know. I don't know, kids. I've never seen a video like that before. That is a first of that kind. I gotta watch it again. This is just amazing. And I'm watching it half speed. Let me put it back at full speed real quick. So, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at the screen because this is just... Okay, full speed ahead. Mr. Sulu, go. All right, here we go. Going one more time, full speed. Okay, hold on. Is all my volume turned up? Because I could hear something. I don't know if you guys heard it. Okay, yeah, my volume's not all the way up. Harold, okay. Hopefully this won't feedback. One more time. I'm listening closely. Wow, okay. One more time on the sound. Okay, now, it sounds like a car driving by, but it's in sync with this object. So, you guys got me on this one. I don't know what to think on this one, but wow. Good video. Good video. I like it.
So exactly, this is very unexplained phenomenon right now, and right now I think it is something very genuine that was captured by Paul Bryant TV. We're going to be supplying the original link below. Thanks, Paul, for sharing this with us. Now let's get to this. Mercedes says she has orbs or UFOs following around for a while now, and she was able to capture this incredible phenomenon Check it out. So we're looking at this video right now, and it is quite incredible. It's not a star or a drone, in my opinion. Could this be a life form, an orb, some kind of interdimensional being, or a drone being released scouting the area? It seems that Mercedes says that she's being followed around by these orbs. We even have her testimony tonight. She was brave enough to give her audio recording and share it with us right here at Third Phase of Moon. Listen.
Hello everyone. On June 6, 2020, while I was sitting out on a balcony, a beautiful amber orb appeared and I started filming it. I've been seeing orbs often ever since that day. On this particular day, it was July 14th, Las Vegas, Nevada, and while I was sitting in my backyard, I saw this orb. It wasn't quite sunset, so the sky was a beautiful violet color, and I started filming the orb as it went around me. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.
I want to thank Mercedes for sharing this with us. Again, we're going to be sharing her original link so you can take a look at some of her evidence that she's been capturing. Are these interdimensional beings or UFOs following her around for some reason? Does she have some kind of a spirit about her or something? Brent, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, Blake, it's kind of fascinating. We receive videos like this all the time, and we're not going to share it mostly, but we're looking at this one. And Mercedes, you know, it's a unique sighting, and I like her commentary. And it's very unique. It's a worldwide phenomenon that's happening with orb sightings. What are they? Could they be static balls of electricity, maybe coming from the Earth's surface itself? People have seen these kind of orbs around volcanic activity. So they are very rare, but still, what are we looking at? Mercedes did a great job, and yeah, this is one we're going to keep showing.
So we want to thank everybody who joined us in this live premiere tonight, and the people like Rich Giordano and Doc Skinner for giving their opinion on some of the evidence. We got a lot more coming in right here at Third Phase. So make sure you hit that notification bell and that subscription button to get notified when we do these live events. Everybody in the chat tonight, appreciate it. The super chats really helping the cause. We got an incredible interview coming up tomorrow. We'll just surprise you with that. You'll be blown away. Blake Cousins. We'll see you real soon.